Hello and welcome back to the B section of Leyenda Asturias, prelude by Albeniz. We are going to dive straight into the fantastic second half of this section. Asturias Leyenda Albeniz. Let's go. Welcome back to the second section of Leyenda. So, we're going to kick into what is very much a flamenco idea. We left it off here at B. From this point, it is nothing too difficult there, except you need to have on the 2 and the 3, 4-2, and repeat. Lovely idea, very much part of that flamenco tradition. Welcome to the answering phrase. Everything is going to happen in a single line, even though in the piano score it is octaves or 15ths, I can't remember. It's something like that. There's a lot more notes to it. So here we go. It is 1-1, 2, 4-2, 4, like that. And then we're going to go 1-1, F sharp, stretch it out, 4, 3, 4, 2, 1, 3, and then I use 1, 1, 2 to get us back to that B major chord. So all together, there is a tiny hint of polyphony there, so try and get that, which is why I've split the voices across the strings there a little bit. It takes a little while to get practiced, but once it is, it's a fantastic idea to answer all of these lovely phrases. Welcome back to the next idea. We've left it off the B, then we're going to move into an idea that does 2, 4, open, pull off, 2, 4, 2. Your second finger is going to try, and every time it comes off and on, it's going to stay down for as long as possible. We have an A and an F, so this is unusual, and I'll explain in a minute what's happening here. Back on the 2 and the 3. So all together. Major. See my second finger staying down. So again, it's Albeniz developing ideas. In all of these that have this single bass line, there are actually 2 notes in the piano score. So the first one, it is an F and E. In the second one, it's actually an F and an A, but the 2 of them are normally together, like that, nice and closely. And then the third one, which we'll see in a later micro study, has the same, it has an F sharp and an A. So I'm always going back to that piano score to check and see. Now the last thing to say about these ideas, a lot of scores don't have them in on the 2 and the 3. It has to be on the 2 and the 3. So be very mindful of that, so that it gives you that wonderful 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1 push. Super important. Welcome to the next idea. There is a lot going on here and a lot of choice fingers that you need to be aware of. So it is 1 and 4, D sharp with a 3rd, let that ring out, and on that E, we have a G and an E. So your first finger is literally going to stay down. 3 and 4 on the B, C, hammer on, 2, 3 and 4 are just going to slide down to the F sharp, D sharp and A. And then it's first finger on a B, so it's an open E, B, G, D sharp and F. It's got to be 2 and 4. Back to E, G, B. and then we're into the second half of this phrase. So practice that on its own. And notice how damp. Don't let that E, sounds horrible, don't let it clash, so you've got to be well controlled on the basses. Okay, second part of this phrase, I'm just going to bundle this all together here. We have a C, G and E, 2, and then you're going to pivot around nice and quickly so that you can get 1 and 4 in, 3, and then 3, 4, F sharp and C, 2. Now I have a particular reason for that. This fourth finger is going to float down so that we can get the G, D, 2 on the D again, and then you're going to pre-prepare your third finger so that you can sneak it into the F sharp, D, A sharp, and then back up again. 2 is important at the end of this phrase so that you can go into the next bit. So bust those bars up into 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and then put them all together. It is practice it super slowly and be very, very mindful of which fingers are doing what. Right, welcome back. So again, we have an answering phrase that would be in octaves, I believe. We've gone 2, 2, 4, up to the C, A sharp again, down to third, so that's a 1, 1 there. So if I put that together, the key thing to note here with that is I am using violin slides to make sure that all of those notes link in legato. From there we're going to go back to this fantastic D7 chord. I use a 1, pull off, and then we have A sharp, E, open G, D. Second finger prepping there for a C natural. And then we're into the last sort of answering phrase. This is actually a little bit tough. You can use the 1 where it does that jump from the F sharp to A, or the alternative is everything off, second finger, first finger up. Those are other fingering options. Let's see where this goes next. Alrighty, last phrase before we move into something that echoes the beginning. So again, the bass line is, notice how I'm doing it 2, 4, 1, 3, because again we have an A and F sharp underneath it. You obviously bar at the second fret to nail it. Now in practice you don't need that A, I would just use the F sharp. And then alternative fingering to the B, I move into so that I can get them ringing over and really juiciness, obviously depending on where you put your right hand. Let's check this all out in slow motion. Thank you very much for staying until the end. The next video to the series is going to pop up just about now. However, if you are after the score, there are links below. The scores are many and varied. This is my arrangement. What makes a difference is I have found the original guitar arrangement by Daniel Fortier that Segovia used. So that is in there too. So you can compare and contrast a very early arrangement prior to Segovia to the new modern arrangement, which is always interesting. So if you're looking for some 6-string inspiration today, check out the links below.